bagging event took place on Thursday, June 2nd. It was a culmination of STEM learning practices that we had worked on for the month prior, where we studied oyster restoration and the importance of the oysters in the Chesapeake Bay, and the children had to design a tool to help them bag oysters safely and efficiently.
We teach water quality to the kids every year, and they learn all about the importance of how what we do here impacts the bay and how negative impacts are really important to keep an eye on, and what can we do here to make it more of a positive thing. And we were trying to incorporate that with this whole oyster restoration project. When they approached us, we were like, how can we make this a challenge?
In the 1600s, there were many oysters, and it could filter the water in 2 days, and right now it would take over a year to filter the water. And that made me feel bad because we're killing the bay's population and all the animals in there because of the oyster decline.
The children really get an overall understanding of why not just the oysters are important, but really everything that they do impacts the Chesapeake Bay.
So the kids had to do a STEM challenge to design devices to actually bag oyster shells, real oyster shells with real supplies, real materials, and they had to build it, and it had to be safe and efficient.
We all share the bay, and I feel like we depend on the bay, and we have for a long time, and we get seafood from there and that sort of stuff, and I feel like that's pretty cool.
Coastal Conservation Association sort of approached Carroll County Public Schools in the beginning of the year and really wanted to develop a partnership for oyster restoration and received a grant down in Annapolis. They're a fisherman group who really want to bring oysters back to the Chesapeake Bay. Our hope by introducing the children to their impact on the Chesapeake Bay is that they will bring that back to home, and that our parents begin to understand, to learn that 99% of the oyster population in the Chesapeake Bay is gone, and that we are responsible for that as humans. It also makes you aware of what we need to do, and really our generations beyond us, in order to restore what's been lost.
The Chesapeake Bay is important because it provides the habitat and that the animals won't die.
Through the process of this, we are not just cultivating kids who are aware of their environment, but we are really thinking about children in engineering and taking their creativity to a new level and actually allowing them the opportunity to see what their product was able to do.
The results of this oyster bagging STEM challenge is they brought us 10,000 pounds of clean oyster shells from the city of Westminster. From those shells, they bag up 340 bags of oyster shells. Those will then get the spat or the baby oysters put on them and then put back into the bay, which will rejuvenate or grow over 700,000 new oysters in the bay.
I think the most fun about it was I got to work as a team and I got to run around.
I learned that the oysters are really important to the bay and that everybody should help save them.
And it all just came together beautifully. And having never done anything this big and this challenge in itself, we were just amazed and so proud of them.